All right, so this is day 9 of a 10-day trip, and I'm having a great time. Today I just caught the largest fish for me of the trip, and yeah, it's a really great trip. I have been kind of struggling a little bit. This is the first time I have been out of the country, away from my family, since Lene passed away. And, I have guilt over leaving the kids at home, a little bit of stress about, are they going to be okay? I'm gone for 17 days, basically. And I have left the kids at home and gone out of the country before. Lene and I have left and gone out of the country together and left the kids at home. But, just not knowing or knowing that she's not around really kind of puts a different vibe on it. Of course, as soon as I leave town, people are having to go to the hospital and doctor's appointments and things like that. And my sister is in Austin with the kids, and, she's a mom and she's taking great care of them, but I still just sort of have some stress, some worry. The thing is I know that they're going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. And I really, really appreciate just how lucky I am to even be able to do something like this. This is like a, dream come true. This is once in a lifetime trip. All those, cliche sayings would apply to the experience that I'm having. Just the only thing is that, my partner, my mate is no longer with me. And that's tough. I'm going to make it. I'm going to continue to live and, thrive and do all the wonderful things that I have been doing and I want to continue doing. But it really is tough. I've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of meditation, and just a lot of kind of really working through things in my head. And the truth is, I am unbelievably lucky. This trip has been great. Got to hang out with some new friends, some really wonderful people that I would not have met had it not been for this trip. So I'm really glad that I did go on the trip, made the trip happen. I could have bailed out, but I didn't, and I'm really glad that I'm here. I'm really fortunate that I have these types of opportunities, and I'm really thankful for you, everybody out there who has supported me through these tough times. I really want you to know that it really does make a difference. I really do appreciate it. It has really uplifted me and given me a lot of strength to make it through, really the hardest times of my life. I had never imagined that, I would be in this situation, but I am. And, this is going to happen to half of us. Half of us are going to die before our spouse, our loved one, hopefully not our kids, but it is a part of life. And I think I was writing in my little notebook that I carry with me and yesterday, and this thought kind of came to me. People say that life is all about suffering, or some people say that, and overcoming the suffering. But I don't think it's about overcoming so much as it is transcending the suffering. So I was telling a friend of mine recently who is going through some hard times that, this pressure, these struggles, these suffering that we are experiencing is sort of like the pressure that creates a diamond, or how a blacksmith uses his hammer and the anvil to shape the molten metal into something, into a tool, into whatever. And it's like, it's an opportunity for me to just sort of get rid of all the parts of myself that aren't really important, the things that don't matter, and just kind of use the pressure to create the diamond, create the best version of myself. So the old cliche about how, every cloud has a silver lining, I guess I'm just decided to find the silver lining in this dark cloud that's kind of hovered over my life recently. Because, like I said, I am very fortunate. There's so many things that I can be grateful for. If I had not have lost my wife, if everything was just exactly the way it is now, I'm just so lucky. I feel like in a lot of ways, like the luckiest guy in the world, lucky even that my wife, before she left me, we came to, our relationship was at a point, the highest level it had ever been. And, it's like, they say the old, go out on top kind of thing. I mean, I couldn't imagine it being any better than it was between Lene and I when she passed away. And even through the process of her transitioning and no longer being with us, the time when she was not able to take care of herself, it gave me an opportunity to be there for her, to just show that I could give everything for someone else. And she thanked me for that. And that's probably the best thing anybody has ever said to me, the greatest gift I've ever received. So, life is good. Life is good. And we all just got to keep living. Thanks for listening. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am out here on this beautiful river, northern Patagonia in Argentina. Got miles and miles of water to myself. Thanks for being here.